erste Autorin, die wir hier heute begrüßen, schreibt vor allem im Bereich Young Adult und Adult Fiction. Ihre Bücher wurden in 30 Sprachen übersetzt, 19 Stück sind New York Times Bestseller und das aktuellste Buch.
Oh, Entschuldigung, ich war so froh, dass ich das mit dem iPad hinbekommen habe.
Zeig es uns doch mal.
Es ist ein wunderschönes Buch.
Es ist ein wunderschönes Buch. Ist diesen Sommer hier bei uns in Deutschland erschienen, hat einen richtigen Hype bei Bookstock ausgelöst. Es heißt The Unhoneymooners und wir begrüßen Christina Lauren.
Thanks for joining us.
So, welcome. I suppose that some of our guests here, but also at home, are a little confused because I announced one person. And now we have you two sitting here. How used are you to situations like this?
Yes, I mean, it's actually really funny because at least once a day, we'll get a message from somebody on Instagram or wherever saying, oh my gosh, I was today years old when I realized Christina Lauren are two people.
Yeah. And we're like, surprise! Surprise! Surprise, me too. So let me clarify. Welcome, Christina Hobbs and Lauren Billings, better known under their pen name, Christina Lauren.
Thank you.
So, you two write together since 2009, which is a pretty long time to say. Do you see yourself as friends or more like, I don't know, work colleagues?
Okay, hi, I'm Christina. So we didn't know each other that well when we first started writing. We met in 2009 at San Diego Comic-Con. I went out to California. Lo was doing a panel on fan works, on fan fiction, if any of you know what that is. I'm sure you do. And we just liked each other so much. So we liked each other so much, we were like, do you want to write a book together? Or write a short story together. So we wrote a short story. That was so much fun. We were like, let's write a book together. So our friendship grew out of that. And now I would say, like, we are friends first, co-author second. Like, friendship always comes first.
Yeah.
It would be so great if you would now say something completely different.
I think you're my work colleague. No, I know that you have a partner tattoo.
Yes,
we do.
Yes.
Right,
and it has to do with your writing. Can you explain it? I don't know if we can see it. Maybe.
Yeah. So it's a quotation mark. Mine is very faded. It needs to be touched up. But I'm left-handed and she's right-handed, and so we say we start and finish each other's sentences. So.
Is it literally like that? So can you
Sometimes.
finish her sentences and vice versa?
Yes, I think sometimes it's annoying when we're with people because we can do that thing where we're talking and we'll be like,
telling a story
I'll be like,
and, yeah.
and she'll go.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And I mean, 14 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so
And
cool.
it's crazy because I'm only like 25.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
so
That's possible.
Only 15, yeah. Good point. Yeah, good point. But what would you say is the key that makes you a perfect match as friends but co-authors?
Yeah, I mean, writing together is actually really hard in some ways because, I mean, as a profession, writing is very isolating. It's very lonely. You're hoping that this thing that you're creating is going to appeal to people. It takes a lot of courage. So it's really wonderful to have somebody that I can do that with who knows exactly what I'm feeling. She's just as invested as I am. But I think what is really important is we have very complementary personalities. So I'm very sort of intense and like organized and competitive. And she is very laid back and just sort of gentle and calm. And so we balance each other out a lot.
And is it true that you call each other Several times a day?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So when the pandemic started, we used to joke that everyone else had to learn to work the way that we do because we like text. I mean, there wasn't Zoom at the time, but we'd like text, FaceTime, call. Like she'll call me, we'll talk for like 45 minutes, and then we'll be like, oh, we should talk about the book.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And is it an option for you to write alone, or do you need the other part to be good?
So during the pandemic, I did write a book on my own. We had finished writing a book together, and we were going to take a month-long vacation, but my hobby is writing. So I was like, all right, I'll go write some more. And she went and gardened and like did all these other fun things. So I did write a book. The author name is Ivy Owens. I think in Germany it's called In Love with a Star, but in the US it's called Scandalized. And it was just a fun thing that I did. But I will say, like, it's so much more fun to do it together. I would never choose to do it alone, like full time. There's just something so awesome about what we do. So I don't know. We can do it, but we like writing together better.
Why do it if it's more fun together?
Yeah.
And this is why I would love to go with you through the process. Exemplarily talking about this book. We have here the book that has been published here in Germany latest, so this summer. Let's start with the idea. So the base of every book is an idea. In this case, who had it, and I don't know, was it teamwork or was it like, I don't know, Christina saying, I have an idea, here's the pitch, and you liked it?
I cannot even remember this one specifically. I think it started, we were talking about a kissing contest. And to win a trip.
Yeah, to win a trip. And then it's sort of spiraled into like a woman who loved to like win contests to get the trip. And then we were like, but she's not the main character. But we had gone on a trip to Maui together with our families. And we went snorkeling on this boat, and everybody got seasick. And so there were all these moments that we were sort of collecting together to put into this book. And it just, this was one I feel like more than many was like such a collaborative like brainstorm.
Yes.
Sometimes she'll come to me and have this like amazing fully formed idea and we write it, or vice versa. But this one was really collaborative.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next step, plotting.
So
Do you outline together? Or?
Yeah, so we always get together. Are any of you guys writers?
Yeah.
Or want to write?
We have some writers here. Yeah, we have a little one here. But
one of the best things about having a co-author is when we're in the same room and we start bouncing ideas off of each other. And so that's what we did with this. It was just like, you know, we had the idea for the honeymoon, and then we had the idea that Olive thinks that she's really unlucky, and then we had the idea for like everybody getting food poisoning. And so that's what we do. We always outline, and that's one of the most fun processes. The thing is we do it different every single time. Every time we sit down to write a book, we're like, how do you do this? I don't know how to do this.
Classy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly,
there's a book.
There's a book.
And then we finish and we're like, I don't remember how we did that, but thank God we're done. It's all good.
But then the writing part. This is the part that I don't know how to imagine how that. Do you have a Google Doc and whoever has time and motivation is going on, or how does it work?
No, so when we outline, we create usually a spreadsheet that has it broken down by chapters and scenes, and then we take, you know, we usually alternate, or we say, I really want to do this section, or there's certain things she's better at or I am, so we take that on, and then we build the document as we go. So we just write it together and edit it together, and I mean, it's very collaborative.
Who is better in the romance part?
That one is very even. Yeah. We both really like writing kissing and like the lead up to the tension and stuff. And I think, you know, when it comes to like the emotional gut punch, when there's just the heartache, I love writing that. And if you ever feel like you are in the scene, like you can see the ocean and the palm trees, like that's always Christina. She's very good at setting the scene.
So what you say, because we have an enemies to lovers story here. What is special about the love that grows in this story?
I mean, one of the things I love about enemies to lovers is that it's easy to be funny when you can be just a little bit mean. And so what's so great about this is seeing these two people who like challenge each other, and they kind of pick on each other and poke at each other, and then that morphs into this like wonderful respect
and honesty.
And they realize that like they love this thing that they have where they never let either of them get away with anything.
Yeah.
And on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you, every time you write, fall in love with at least one of your characters?
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
I mean, if we didn't fall in love with them, you wouldn't fall in love with them as readers,
point.
you know?
Yeah.
So like whenever somebody says, what's your favorite book you've written? We are always like, whatever book we're working on right now. And if we didn't feel that this was our best book that we're working on now, you wouldn't love it when it comes out. So.
Yeah.
It's like the question, what is your favorite child?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's whichever one is hugging me after school.
Everyone is not
I
in
imagine
trouble.
29 books hanging on you, like hugging you.
Yes.
Very nice picture. So, do we have some questions
Of
here?
course we do. I would like to ask some. Do you have a book trope that you prefer to write? We just talked about enemies to lovers, which is always fun.
Yeah.
It's so strange because you know what's going to happen, but it's still so much fun.
That's why romance is so hard. You know the ending, but you got to keep the reader engaged.
But are there other tropes you like to write?
Okay, this isn't one I'd like to write, but I love to read Secret Baby, if anybody knows what that is. See, everybody says they don't like it. They're lying.
Clapped. I like it.
Do you know what that is?
It's when somebody have like a secret night and then they show up later, like 6 months later, and somebody's pregnant.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I would write it,
Secret
but I
Baby,
love to
yeah.
read it.
Oh,
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought I knew what it was, but I thought it's a child who's an agent.
Yes, that too.
Like
There
Spy
are normal
Kids.
babies and there's secret,
Secret
baby.
baby.
But
That's our
your
next
pitch
book.
sounds great too.
We could write that one.
What about you?
I love like brother's best friend, where you fall in love with. Thank you.
Yeah, we
Or
have
best
some
friend's older
over
brother,
here.
where there's a little taboo, but like you've loved him since you were, 12, 13, 14. And, I love those. That's my crack.
Yeah.
I love it.
I can feel that.
I see you. I see
Yeah.
That's actually a question from the chat. What does it feel like to see your reader's reaction to the books?
Oh my gosh.
That's the
Is
best
it
part.
really the question?
It's yeah.
It's the best part. I mean, we're so excited to be here. Like, it's taking everything I have to not like walk into the audience and hug you all. We're so happy to be here.
You will
yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
They will be next to you.
That was the hardest part during the pandemic, was
yeah.
putting books out and not getting to see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have one last question. I want you to imagine you meet a young person that dreams of being an author one day. What is your biggest advice?
I mean, I always say, write the story that you want to read. Like, write the story that you can't find, that you're just dying to find. You keep going to your friends saying, I need another, on Honeymooners, I need another Fourth Wing. I need another, Court of Thorns and Roses. Write that book. Write it. If you can't find it, you got to write it yourself.
Yeah, and I'm going to say the way that you finish a book, however your process works, is the right way. Don't pay attention to anything anyone else does, how they do it, how many words they get. The way you finish a book is the right way, because you can't make something perfect until you at least have a draft.
Yep.
Amen.
I'm so motivated to go
Yeah,
right now.
Let's do it.
So we say thank you very much for being here
Thank you.
today.
This was so fun.
Christina and Lauren, aka Christina Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you.